really kind of delighted by the idea of stuffing. So it's one of my things. So yesterday we talked about natural awareness meditation, bringing our attention to this present moment. And we just continually train ourselves and retrain ourselves to come back to this moment, to be present, to be awake, to be aware. It's really of extreme benefit. So, when we learn to bring ourselves into this moment, sometimes it's hard to stay here. We get distracted very easily just because of our conditioning. We've been doing it all of our lives, getting lost in a thought, thinking about something from the past, planning for something for the future, even thinking about mundane thoughts. I call them Googleable thoughts, because it's stuff I want to go to one of my electronic devices and Google and find out things about, because I just did it a few minutes ago to try to figure out how long a fortnight was. It's 2 weeks. Who knew? Who knew? Probably every kid who plays that game. I didn't, so I had to ask. 2 weeks. However, we get distracted, just as I do, with fortnights and things. So it's good to have tools in our tool belt, in our toolbox, whatever you want to call it, to help us stay in this present moment, to stay here and now where it really, really counts. So I am the guy who uses breath. I use breath a lot because it represents to me my mind. So think about it this way. Our breath, if we don't pay any attention to it, just happens. We breathe, we continue to breathe. It keeps us alive. Part of what keeps us alive, we need breath, we need air. So unconsciously, it just happens. Kind of like our actions and reactions. But we have the ability to control our breath. You can take control of it with your awareness. So when you turn your awareness to your breath, you can hold it, you can push it out, you can make your breath longer, you can make it shorter, you can raise your blood pressure, you can reduce your blood pressure, your heartbeat. You can also reduce your anxiety, stress with that breath. It's kind of like our gas pedal, brake pedal, steering wheel, all in the same place. So it's one thing that we have some control over, and a tool that we have control over, and it goes everywhere with us. You can't leave it at home. So it's with us each moment that we are feeling out of sorts. So see, just doing that lets the pressure off. Just a big exhale. So we're going to use breath today. And the breath is a funny thing. So breath, when we are stressed and anxious, it puts us into a sympathetic state, which means kind of fight or flight. So our body's anxious, we're at the ready, waiting for something to pop out and attack us. So we spend a lot of our lives in that mode, in that state of chaos. So we have the ability to use breath, and just the evening out or the slowing of the breath will bring us from a sympathetic to a parasympathetic breath, which is, or a state, which is the rest and digest state. So it's the at ease, at calm, at peace state. And we should have that when we sleep, but there's some research that says if you live most of your life in sympathetic, you're probably going to sleep in sympathetic too, which means you're not sleeping all that well. So as we retrain our breath and retrain ourselves to find that parasympathetic state, it carries over to our sleep as well. So I think that's fascinating, and anything I can do to sleep better and get to sleep faster is all good with me. So we're just going to use an even breath. I call it water breath. One of my teachers calls it water breath, water breathing. And that means, just like you hydrate all day long with water, it's just the coming and going. It's water breathing. So I like to think of it like the waves coming up on the shore or on the beach and then cascading back out. So very even in, very even out, not too much chaos. So we can do this with just counting to 4, and it sounds a little like this. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. See how easy? And we just follow that breath. And I'll count it down as we begin, but it's really up to you to continue that 4 in and 4 out. And I'd like you to find your own rhythm. And really the slower that you can go, and even maybe not so deep of a breath. Sometimes we really need that to kind of calm down that deep breath. But there's also research that says the shallower, smoother breath, not big huff and puff, is really very useful in getting us into that parasympathetic state and offering benefits to our bodies and even our metabolism. It's awesome stuff. So I'm a breath nerd, and I'll admit it. So we're just going to breathe. You're going to breathe through your nose if you can, and not your mouth. Nose is for breathing, mouth is for eating. So I also understand that it's, say it with me, the season for the sneezing. So if you're having the season for the sneezing and you're congested, don't try to breathe through tiny little openings. If you can, that's great. Sometimes it's easier to start if you're not used to breathing through your nose, if you breathe in through your nose and out slowly through your mouth. Yeah. But if you need to breathe through your mouth, I would suggest, closing the opening a bit, like you have a straw in there. I like to gently hear the air moving in and out, and especially with breathing through your nose, it starts to sound a bit like ocean waves. Very soothing, and I can sort of relax into that. I like to be on the beach, hearing the waves move and the water move and that stuff. So I'm going to start this train. We're going to start this train at a very slow pace and even slow it down even further. It's not a freight train. It's not a speed train. It's just chugging along, just letting everything come and go. So we're diaphragmatically breathing. You want your belly to move out when you breathe in. Up here is fight or flight. Down here is rest and digest. Easy peasy, right? So I'm going to ring this bell, and I'd like you to close your eyes and straighten your spine. And get ready. Be here now. Straightening your spine. Make sure your posture is not too tight and not too loose. Don't be afraid to move. Adjust. Start with your chin parallel to the floor. I'd like you to breathe in as I count. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue. So welcome to your own breath, and using that breath as a tool for awareness in this moment. So continue to do that throughout the rest of your day in your awakened state, doing whatever you're doing. Whatever it is. Breathe. Close your mouth. Breathe through your nose, evenly and calmly, especially when you find yourself feeling uncomfortable. Turn to the breath to find some ease and relief. It's helpful. I'll be back here tomorrow at 2:30 Central. I'll see you then.